The client portal, what is it? It is a self-service client portal that will allow you to log in and manage your support cases with Maner. How do you get there? Well, first of all, you can go to manersolutions.com, our main website, and click on the client portal link that'll be on the right side of the page, and that will open a new window with the client portal in it. Or you can go directly to it at manersupport.cloudapp.net. Getting started with the client portal is really easy. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And I say that because all you have to do is sign up, log in, and then you're ready to manage your support cases. How do you sign up? Well, once you're on the page, you go to the sign up link, and the sign up link is on the top right there. So when you hit that link, it's going to open up the sign up request page, and you want to fill out the information about your company name, address, phone number, and then primary contact information, and then you can add additional users. Just list their names and email addresses. The primary contact, or what we call the portal administrator, is a special contact. The difference between a portal administrator and a normal user is that the portal administrator gets emails about every case that you open and every case that's resolved. And they also will be used in the future in case we have any other information or updates or anything that we need to get out about the portal itself. And as I said, you can add additional users at the time that you sign up as well. So ideally, we would like you to sign up one time and put your primary contact, portal administrator, and then the additional users that you'd like to have access to the site. And once you do that, you hit submit button, and then you'll see that it has been submitted successfully. It will come to us directly, and we usually can turn that around in about a day, but it may take up to 2 days, so just be aware of that. And once we're done processing it, each person that you've added as an additional user, plus primary contact, will receive an invitation email with instructions on how to log in. Once you've received that email, it will contain an invitation code. You go back to the home page, and you go to the login page. And you can choose to associate your portal login with one of 3 different sites: the Windows Live ID, a Google ID, or a Yahoo ID. Now, these IDs are yours. It's up to you to choose which one you want to associate the site with. They have nothing to do with us. We don't store these usernames or passwords or anything. These should ideally be credentials that you've already created with these specific sites. But once you choose that and you authenticate through one of those sites, then you enter your invitation code that came in the email, and then you'll have access to the site. You can open new cases. You can update any cases that are currently active, meaning adding notes. You can add attachments, or you can change the priority of it. If you happen to have found a resolution to your support request on your own, you can resolve the case. You can view your own or your company's, which means anything other than yours but within your company, or you can view all, and then you can view active or closed cases. Cases that may have been opened within your company by other people, to look at the status of those and see what's going on. You can look at other closed cases that may have been closed in the past, if maybe you have a reoccurring issue that has been resolved before. You can also manage your account information. The other thing about the portal administrator is they have access to updating the company information, whereas a normal user can only update their information. If you see there's 2 different pieces of the profile. There's the account information and my information. So everyone can update their own personal information, but only the portal administrators can update the account information. You can also register for events. You can get there through the customer portal. And we will have all of the upcoming events, and you can view them by either clicking through the tabs at the top, or you can use the calendar section on the right. Just browse through the calendar to the months that you're interested in, and the events will show up beneath it. Once you click on another event, it will open up with more details about it, so you can see exactly what you're signing up for. And then you can register for the event by filling out the event registration form, and you will receive a confirmation if you have been successfully registered for the event. My first step is to go to the client portal. So how do we do that? We can go to our main website here and click on the client portal link on the right side. and that will open up the home page for it. And so that if this is your first time, you're going to want to sign up, which the link is over here. So let's click on that. And we can put our company name in here. You're going to put your right information, obviously. And then the portal administrator section. So this is going to be the main contact for us, from us to you, about the portal and about the support cases that you open. All right, let's say I have some additional users I want to add. All right, and I would fill out this security thing. I don't know why I can't see it right now. There we go. Thank you for your information. So we will get an email about that, and we will start processing that information for you. And once we're done, each person will get an email saying that they've been invited to the customer portal. Here's an example of an email that you would get. And as you can see, it comes with an invitation code and brief instructions on how to log in with that. So the important part here is the invitation code. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and go back to our login page. And we have all these different options. So if I click on Windows Live ID, it's going to take me to the login page for Windows Live ID. If I click on Google, it's going to take me to the Google login page. If I click on Yahoo, it will take me to the Yahoo page. So you will use your previously set up Yahoo, Google, or Windows Live ID to log into this site. And it will be your personal username and password, whatever you've set up. So in this case, I'm going to use a Windows Live ID that I have previously set up. And it will take me to the page to confirm my invitation. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in the invitation code from the email and hit submit. And this will take a few seconds, and it should bring me to my Manage Account page. And another thing to point out is once you've logged in for the first time, you will also get an email, I'll show you here, that says what you've registered with us as. So in this case, I used my Windows Live ID. So it says I have successfully registered with Windows Live ID. So just in case you might forget what you've used. And that also lets you know that you've successfully logged in. So, like I said, it brings you to your profile page here, Manage Account. First section here is the account information. That's about your company. And only portal administrators have the rights to change any of this information. Otherwise, if you're a normal basic user, you don't have the right to change this information. Anyone can change their own information. If I got a new phone number or moved different addresses. You can also change the contact preferences. In this case, I can be contacted anyway, but if you only like to be contacted by email, feel free to change that and hit Update Account when you're done. But now that we're logged in, as you can see, your name shows up and you have the options to manage your account or log out. And we're going to go to Cases. And when you go to look at the cases, it's going to default to show you your cases that are active. In this case, I don't have any showing here, but what I mean by that is if you look at this drop-down menu, you can see that you can change the scope, meaning you're looking at yours, anything else within your company, or all cases, and then the status of that case, whether it's active or closed. In this case, I'm looking at active cases that are mine, and I don't have any, so nothing's showing up. If I want to look at closed cases that are mine, I can change that, and as you can see, there are 4 cases that show up that have been resolved or canceled, in this case, closed. So let's go back to active, and now let's say I want to open a new case. We'll go to our Open New Case form, and we've got some fields here to fill out. Just briefly to describe these fields, the title should be just a brief description, probably around 5 words or so, that sort of tells you what this case is about. And then we go to the priority. We have low, normal, and high. We would prefer that you think of it as high as something that's business critical, normal is something that's important but is not critical, and then low would be pretty much everything else that isn't high or normal. We have a couple different case types, question, problem, request, project. That should be pretty self-explanatory. And then the category type is important as well because that will help us route these support cases to who they need to go to. And the description field is where you should add as much detail as you can about your support case. So the title would be just a brief description, sort of summarizing it, if you can, in about 5 words. And then the description would be as much detail as you can about what's actually happening. And then right below that we have a section for adding an attachment, which could be a screenshot or an Excel document or something that's sort of goes with your case. When you're creating the case, you can only add one attachment, but you can add more once it's been created. So let's create a case here. Let's say I have having an error when I'm running an income statement. In this case, the priority I'll say is normal because it's important, but it's not critical, and it's a problem, and it's with Dynamics GP. And let's say some more detail about it is when trying to run, right? And then maybe I've tried 2012 and 2013, but still get the error. Something like that, right? Now I've chose to type out this error message, but maybe you can take a screenshot of it and you want to attach it. So maybe there's something I have here. All right, some screenshot that I've taken. And so everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and create the case. And now, as you can see, under my cases that are active, I have one case. And here's kind of where you can see where the title is sort of important because it helps you see what the case is about just at a glance. So now that case has been entered and it comes to us, and we might be in the process of helping you resolve that. Maybe we've just made contact for the first time, and so you want to check the status. When you click on the case and go into it, you can see sort of what's happening with it. Here's the note that we first added at the bottom. And let's say maybe I have something else that I want to update the case with. All right, so maybe I have something else, and maybe it's a new error, maybe it's something else. I can hit update. And now you can see that is added there. The attachment would show up here, but I've been adding one that is 0 bytes, so it's not showing. But anyway, once the case is entered into our system, our consultants will be reviewing them and helping to resolve them, and they respond to these cases by posting notes here as well. So you can essentially talk back and forth between you and a consultant through this portal and through this case screen here. So let's say that we're done with our case and we want to close it on our own. Let's say, okay, the error doesn't work anymore. Let's close it. When we hit the close, we have to then go down to the bottom here and just pick one of these satisfaction levels. And maybe the resolution was didn't have admin rights, but now I do. So maybe that helps. Oh, looks like somebody added a no for us. So as you can see, you can get updated by the consultants as well. So you can come back here and check the status of your cases. So we looked at how to open a case, how to edit a case and update it, and how to close one. You can also reopen the case if you choose to do so. So now if we look back at our cases, my active cases, I don't have anything listed because the case was closed. But if I go to look at my closed cases, there you see it again. And I can always come back here and look at it to see what was done on the case in the past. I think that's about it as far as the cases go. A couple other things about the portal site is that we have the frequently asked questions page, different things. We have a sort of a manual of sorts of how to use the client portal that goes over everything that we're talking about today, and then just some other questions that may change in the future, just sort of things that people ask us about. And we have the events page that I talked about. All the events listed here at the top, or you can browse through the calendar on the right, and these change down at the bottom as you look through the different dates. If you go into an event, you get more details, and then you can register for it by filling out the form and submitting it. As always, you can contact us via our support number or through support@manersolutions.com.